Please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay, okay, great. So, what you see right here is the application Hello, it's me. This is my profile. I have a complete profile right here. So, I'm just gonna talk about certain sections of the application, and I know there's a lot to talk about, but while I explain some of the sections, I will tell you the safety features that we have, whatever our offerings are, and etc. So I'm going to start right here. This is my profile photo in the application. This is my name and age, my bio, and my photos. Now, what you do in normally, for example, all of the social media applications that you have right in the market, you create an account, you upload your photo, you write whatever you want to write about yourself, and your profile goes live. But in Hello It's Me, what we are trying to do is that we are safety first. So if you can look at my profile photo here, every time I upload this, for example, I want to share a new photo of myself, I'm going to go ahead and select it from my computer, select it from my phone, and upload it. It goes to our admin team here at Hello It's Me, and we actually check each and every photograph manually to see if the user has shared any graphic content. So if we find nudity or graphic content, we outright just we don't let that person use our application. So because this application is for people with IDD, we are trying our very best to keep it as safe as we can. So that starts with manual processing of the profiles. First thing first, we'll check their profile photo, we'll check their age. Anybody who is below 18 will not be allowed to join the application. And even if they do, if we do make an exception, we will actually refrain and we'll actually block our friendship section. We will ask them just to access the skills and stories, which I'm going to talk about further down the road. This is my intro here. This is something that I've written, like I like books, flowers, and cats. A bit of a bio, as you will. This is also checked manually. If, for example, you come in and you create anybody comes in and creates a profile in here and writes that description, it will come to the admin at Hello It's Me. If we find something, we find cuss words or anything that we don't want to be displayed there at the application, we will simply block that user and will not let them use this application. These are my pictures, my secondary pictures. These are again go through the entire process of getting approved. So every time a user has uploaded something on their profile, we make sure that we check everything. We also do social checks. Now, if you uploaded all of your photos, you created an account, we will look at we'll try to Google you, we'll try to do a social check to see that you are a real person. We'll try to find as much information as we can about you. So, yeah, this is about the profile section of the Hello It's Me application. We do make it very easy. For example, if you see the app is very accessible. There is only one question per screen, so we try to make it very easy for the user to create an account. We have video guides throughout. We have peppered them inside the application. So if you want some guidance as to how you can make an account, we have made that very, very, we try to make it very accessible. We also have the speaker button over here. If a user wants to know what they see on the screen, they can simply click on the speaker button. It will read out whatever they see on the screen. So this is the main profile part of the application. And after this, I'm going to go ahead and display the menu. These are the sections that we have. I'm going to start with the stories section. So this is the stories section. What we have tried to do is we have consultants here in Hello It's Me who have worked with people with IDD for a very long time. We have, for example, Dr. Karen Harvey. What she has done is she has a tremendous amount of experience. She has worked for 16, 17 years with, actually more than 20 years with people with IDD. So whatever her experiences have been, she has written stories about it. So these are very real life scenarios. For example, breakups, online dating, money management, transportation, getting a new job, dealing with anxiety, all of those things. So we have tried to curate these stories in a way that they actually simulate a real life experience. What I mean by that is, I'm just going to go ahead and play a little snippet of this story for a minute or two, and that should clear that up. Please let me know if you're able to hear my audio. Just a second.
Alan has had a hard time with feelings.
Are
Yes,
you
we
able to
can.
hear it? Okay, great. So this
Mm.
is a small intro of the story. This is a story. I'm just going to give a background. This is a story about Alan. Alan is has a lot of social anxiety. Okay, so I'm just going to play right ahead. 1 second.
Alan has had a hard time with feeling scared and tense all of his life. His mother says it's because he has Fragile X syndrome, but he knows he can beat it, and he will.
Okay, so this is a small intro of the story. I'm going to go ahead and continue. I'm going to play this for like 10-20 seconds. This will give us a premise of what the story is about.
All of his life, Alan has been freaked out by people, especially when he first meets them. After he gets to know someone, he is okay, but he has to really know them. The therapist told his mother he had social anxiety.
Okay, now there are these small clips of around 3 to 6 minutes of length. So, for example, I've watched the whole thing. I'm going to click on continue. So I'll get these decision points. This is, for example, what should Alan do? Sort of a scenario. If I was Alan, what would I do? I didn't play the entire clip, but it is asking questions in context of the clip. For example, if I click on option A, take the initiative, find a job, whatever, I'm going to click on it, confirm it. The story will progress
He thought
accordingly.
about the video all weekend.
If I want to go back and choose a different option, I'm going to click on B probably. And okay.
Alan decided to fight for Lindsay.
So you know what I mean. Every time the user clicks on an option, say for example A, B, and C, the story will progress accordingly. What we are trying to tell the users who are using this is uh, what the actual assimilated experience, as in what the consequences of the actual actions can be. But there are a lot of stories in there. For example, we have workplace harassment, getting scammed online, getting catfished. So we try to teach those skills through these stories so that the users are aware, they're aware of what could happen in the real world. We If you play all the stories and go back and forth, it'll take the users around 40 minutes to actually complete one story. Right now we have around 20 odd stories, and we are actually working on more. We are uploading more as we speak. So yeah, this is our stories section. We do have a relationship coaching section. This goes very hand in hand with stories. Uh, Normally, what happens is that you select a coach, you book a session with them. Our coaches are very experienced. We require our coaches to have a minimum of 3 years. This is the only coach available at the moment. Others are probably booked, but we require at least 3 years of experience for the coaches to join us. We have our very own certification. We do, require the coaches to take a 5-day certification, which is a very vigorous sort of a training with case studies and scenarios, where we try and see how a coach would actually proceed and how they would talk to a user. Uh, we do set the context at the very beginning that this is not therapy, this is just relationship coaching. And yeah, so we have right now 60-minute coaching sessions available. Users do come here and set up sessions, and talk about all of the issues that they have, because we know that people with IDD, one of the major problems that they have is isolation or lack of friends thereof. So we try to actually help them through this relationship coaching section. We also have a make a friend section. This is our uh, widely used section inside the application. This is just going to ask me how I feel today. We actually like to stack these answers in the back end. Really helps us to know how the user has progressed, how the mood has progressed over time. Now, there are two subsections inside this make a friend section. You have find friends with similar interests, and I want to make a new friend. I'm going to go ahead and click on the first one. These are group chats. For example, I like books. I can go ahead and click on this and talk about books. Um, so that is what this is here for. We have food, movies, music, shows, all the interest groups that we were able to find. And people come here, they talk to each other, and if they like each other, they can go to this section that is, I want to make a new friend. We have around 500 to 3,000 profiles right now, sorry, on this area of the application. You can scroll through, and if you like somebody, you can click on view profile. I'm not going to do that because this is somebody's profile. So, but if I do that, I will be able to see their description, all of their photos. And if I like them, I can click on say hello, it's me. If they accept it, I can go right ahead and talk to them. Now, as far as talking is concerned, which is the chat section of our application, this is, I'm sorry, my internet is acting. Okay, this is the chat section. Now, we have tried a lot to make this a very safe space because we understand that safety is a major concern. There are 2 or 3 levels of checks that we do. First of all, for example, I'm going to open this. I am going to type a message, send me money, enter it. It will be blocked. Anything that we think should not be shared, for example, credit card numbers, phone numbers, asking people for money, or other things such as pictures that we think should not be shared here. First of all, you can't really share photos on chat, but if we think that very you know the information that is not supposed to be shared is getting shared, we'll definitely block it. We have a plethora of words that we have stacked up in the backend, and we make sure that we get notified every time our moderation policies block a person, because we also want to monitor that behavior. All of those words, for example, cuss words or anything graphic, whatever, everything will get blocked if you start typing here, and the other person will never know that they received a message. So that's our first level. Second level of check that we do is that we personally monitor. We have a team of admins that personally monitor chat. We see people who are getting blocked a lot. You can also obviously flag a message if you want to. If you want to flag it, you can do that. If you want to, this is my message, so I can't really flag my own message. But if somebody has sent me a message, I can flag it. I can block a user. I can do all of that. So in the backend, we also check if a user is getting frequently flagged, they're getting frequently blocked by the moderation policies. And if we see that somebody is violating the policies again and again, we do put a ban on them. We can put a 24-hour ban or a forever ban, universal ban, if we think that this person is violating the policies again and again. So this is the chat section. Then we do have a therapy section coming up. We have not really, we're working on it. It is actually completed, but we just have to launch it. It's going to come up very soon, I think this year. We are available in Spanish. We are available in English. So every time you select a different language, the entire application will be displayed in that language. So yeah, I think this is more or less the overview of the application that we have. If I go into details, this might take a little bit more time. So I've just thoroughly presented what our application does. So yeah, please, if anybody has any questions, go right ahead. Thank you.